Good morning. Good morning. How we doing this morning? Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday morning, y'all. It is Wednesday morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Barb. Good morning. Good morning, Dylan. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, country guy. How are y'all? Are we ready to have some fun today with t-shirts? We're going to have some fun today with t-shirts. And I'm going to show y'all because I actually just created a special order. Good morning, Irie. A special order t-shirt quilt. So, Irie, did you get your sewing machine working? Just as an FYI, because good morning, Quilting Chaplain. Good morning. Good morning. Miss Irie, did you get your sewing machine fixed? Because I know the threading on those can be a pain. So, good morning, Deidre. Good morning. Good morning. Awesome. Okay, awesome. I was worried. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope you got that fixed. I hope you got that fixed. So, yay. Yay, yay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Donna. Good morning. Good morning, Lily. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to y'all. Yeah, that was fun yesterday. The thread cap unwinded in the slots. That's why I asked what. Oh, I got you. I got you. Thank you, Bev. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning. Y'all, are we ready? Good morning, Seaside Citizen. Are y'all ready to have some fun today? I have to show you the bowl koozies from yesterday again. The bowl koozies yesterday was a lot of fun. You can bother me anytime you will. You are welcome to bother me anytime. You are no problem at all, Miss Irie. No problem at all. Good morning, Marnie from Ohio. Good morning. Good morning. Did y'all have fun yesterday with the bowl koozies? Good morning, Miss Cynthia. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Jules. So yesterday, y'all, we had fun with the koozies. I think they turned out really cool. Good morning. Good morning. I did. I'm trying to do something after I got this quilt. Oh, nice. Very cool. So we had fun with these yesterday. These were cool. These were cool. They were a lot of fun. Who's gonna try the bowl koozies now? Who's gonna try those bowl koozies? They're lots of fun, y'all. Lots and lots of fun. So, anyways, so that's what we did yesterday. So today what we're doing is we are actually going right. They're cool. So I'm going to show y'all how you do t-shirt quilts. Because doing t-shirt quilts, you can't just use the shirt. You can't just use the shirt on those. Because if you just use the shirt, the fabric on shirts, I grabbed a couple t-shirts that I have. We're gonna trim this one up. We're gonna trim this one up. He's kind of fun, and I need to unmirror you guys. I need to unmirror you guys. There you go. There you go. So, so we're gonna have fun with this one. We're gonna have fun with this one. Why not, right? But as you see, the t-shirt material, it's kind of, I don't know, kind of flimsy, and it's got like a stretch to it. So it makes it kind of harder to sew those. So love the bowl koozie. Ordered my first DTF. Awesome, Marnie. Very cool. Very cool. So thank you, Miss Cynthia. So I'm going to show y'all how you got to stabilize those t-shirt material. You got to stabilize that t-shirt material in order to be able to do those t-shirt quilts. Because once you stabilize them, they stitch out really cool. So let me show you the quilt. I posted a video yesterday. On it, but I'm going to move y'all back just a little because I want y'all to see. That way you can see a little bit further back. I'm going to go a little bit further back. So I had a special order for a quilt, and she just gave it to me last week. So I'm like, okay. I told her, I was like, I'm going to see if I can get this done for you by Christmas. So I'm going to see if I can get it done for Christmas. So I will be getting this done for her by Christmas, y'all, because where are we at? So what I did is, and she wanted an ocean theme. She wanted an ocean theme because I guess they go on vacation every year. So they go on vacation every year. If you're on YT, you can see it a lot better, y'all. You can see it a lot better, but I'm going to try and get it where you guys can see this. Woo! So, but as you can see, this is what the shirts turn into. So, and the nice thing is on these shirts, I'm going to hold this up and so you can see. So you have the front side of the shirt, and I've used, so we added that fun quilt square. We added the fun quilt square to that one. So, and then the back side of the shirt, I took and did on the back side of the shirt. I added the fabric that we have on the outside. I added that fabric to the inside and then added the shirt to the outside. So, and with it being stabilized, and you can see that it's stabilized on there, with it being stabilized, it works out really well. So it works out really well on those. So this is kind of what we're going to do. I'm going to show y'all how to do a couple of those quilt squares. I'll show you how to do a couple of those quilt squares. I still got an applicator that I got to add to this quilt, but I think it turned out cool, y'all. This one turned out really cool. Kind of fun. Kind of fun. So we're going to, I'm going to show you, because the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we trim out the shirts, because we're going to have to, and like I said, I do two from each shirt, because depending on the size of the quilt, because they, how are you going to quilt it? So I'm actually going to do ocean swirls. I'm actually going to do ocean swirls on this quilt. So I actually may start Thursday morning. So might start on it Thursday morning. So what we might end up doing, because I'm going to show y'all how to, clean the machine on Thursday morning. That's not going to take very long. So if y'all are okay with that, after I show you, just because I'm just going to show you the basics on what you do with your machine. And I do that like once a month. So once I show y'all that Thursday morning, if y'all are okay, we're going to move into continuing quilting on this quilt. So y'all can quilt it with me. So hopefully. Okay, coolness, Barb. Coolness. I'm going to bring y'all back here. Bring you back. And I changed the camera over on YT. Hopefully it's a better camera. And hopefully it stays connected. I changed USB ports. For some reason or another, the USB port on that one is just not playing nice. So, but yeah, I have some ocean swirls that I got on Juju that we're going to try. So it looks really cool. So that's kind of what we're going to play with. That is what we're going to play with. So hopefully. But anyways, and then I'm going to show you one more thing before we get started. One more thing. So I did, and this is what I'm hoping to do. So I showed y'all the other day the cactus. I showed y'all the cactus the other day. That's kind of like a 3D on there with all the added little flowers and everything on it. So I decided I wanted to do some fun. So had a friend of mine trim out a bear, and then I created an applique with the bear. So I stitched out that applique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing that. So thank you. Oh, he's throwing snowballs. How cool is that? Thank you, Irie. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and create flowers and stuff to put on the bear. I'm going to put, thank you. Good morning. I'm going to put flowers and stuff on the bear, and we're going to see. Hey, Tom, good morning. Tom, look what we did. Mr. Tom is the one that trimmed out my bear for me. So thank you, Tom. I created the bear and stitched him out, right? It worked out great. So good teamwork there, Tom. Good teamwork. So I'm excited. So I'll have to get some flowers and stuff stitched out. So once I get some flowers and stuff stitched out, I will add them. I'll add them to my applique here. And then once I get them added to my applique, then we will actually mount it and then put it in the shadow box. And we're going to see how it works out. So it'll take me a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what color flowers and stuff on there, though. Trying to figure out what color flowers. I've been throwing around the idea of like some, like a browns and creams, maybe. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. So maybe some browns and creams on there. I don't know, something. Good morning, Prinny. So I don't know. I'm gonna put some threads around there and see. So because I also thought about maybe some like white and black too. But Derek's like, there's not white and black flowers, but I don't know. It still might look cool. But I'm thinking browns and creams though. So that is my next project on the 3D side. That's the next one on the 3D side. But I got a few quilts I got to get done. Few variegated with cream and tan. Ooh, that's a good idea too. The variegated with the cream and tan. That would be cool too. See, this is why y'all are here. Good morning, Gracie. Good morning. So this is actually it's about a 5x3. So it was So my embroidery design, I actually have it loaded. It's like 5.5 by 3.5. So it's, and then Mr. Tom did this. So this one is like a 5 by 3. So I did this one a little like 5.5 by 3.5. That way it's bigger. Because if you look at the back side, you want the actual applique bigger than the actual 3D. Because the 3D, this portion, the stabilize, what do you call it? The foam board is actually going to make it pop off from the board. So that is going to make it pop off from the board. So that's kind of what that one is. So anyways, let's go back to today. Let's go back to today. And I think what I'll do is once I get all this stitched out, we'll create this online. Once I get all the flowers and everything like that all stitched out, we'll create this online and I'll show y'all how it works. Kind of cool, right? Kind of cool. Why are you crying, Miss Tammy? Did I miss something? Okay, so we're going to I'm going to put him in there. I'm going to put him in there. I'm going to move that one over there. Put him there. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so t-shirts, guys. T-shirts. This is what we're doing. Creator Kiwi Embroidery has a free swirly quilt block in the night. Oh, Marnie, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My area is famous for but I can resize it for you, Tammy. I can totally resize that for you. I created it. It's my design. So if you would like it, let me know. Send me a message. I can downsize it so it'll fit in your 4x4 hoop. Totally help you out. And no charge. No charge at all. So send me a message, Tammy. I don't mind. I don't mind. Okay. So what we're going to do is what did you miss? So I'll show you what you missed. So Mr. Tom trimmed out this is foam board. He trimmed out my foam board for me with a bear. So, and this is a 5 by 3 on here. So then what I did is I went and created the applique, and the applique is 5.5 by 3.5. So Miss Tammy was wanting the design, so I told her that I would resize it down, and that way she can have. And if anybody else wants it, let me know let me know what machine you have. I can do that for you. So let me know if you want the bear applique. So the bear applique is kind of cool. It's kind of cute. So it can be multi-use. You can use it for all kinds of different things. All kinds of different things. Okay. Back to today. Back to today. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to take this off because this is going to be bigger. This is going to be bigger than that. We're going to go there. Stay there. Stay there. I got a mess going, y'all. I got to clean my mess. I got to clean my mess up here. I'm going to take that off. So I have a 12-inch square back here. So I have a 12-inch square that I'm going to be using to, all right, coolness, Tammy. Cool. And I'll get that to you sometime, probably this evening or something, or today. I'll get it. I may get it to you before I leave for work. And do you have a brother? Let me know what size machine you have. So, all right. So we're going to have fun with this shirt. We're going to have fun with this shirt. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually take, because I'm like, if we're going to make some, all right, coolness, Tammy. If we're going to make something today, I was like, we're going to have fun with a shirt. So this is a shirt that I wore. As you can see, it's like way bigger than I am now. So behooves to me. See, I'm proud of myself. I am proud of myself. So what we're going to do is you have the same machine. Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to take this and I'm just going to kind of line it up here. And I'm going to move y'all that way. Move y'all that way here. That way you can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, take that out of there. Get that out of there. I'm hoping that this design fits in this 10-inch or 12-inch square. I'm hoping is my goal. And you can use whatever size square you want. You just need to cut it out. You're going to have to just cut it out of here. So, and this is where I end up having to, because, you know, if you had it, you could do it on the kitchen table or something, but I don't have the joys of being able to do it on a kitchen table. So I end up having to go left-handed on here. So we're going to come down a little bit, come down a little bit. These guys are hilarious. These guys are hilarious. I'm gonna come over, trying to make sure I get all those in there. Okay, so I have that flat and the fabric is flat. So now what we're gonna do, we have a flash go. Let's get our flash go going here, you guys. There we go. Flash go J. Oh, those are cool. Okay, so now that we have it on here, as you see, and the fabric on both the front and the back of the shirt is flat. You want it like flatted out. You wanted to flatten it out. I'm making up words this morning, y'all. I'm making up words. So making up words. Where did my rotary cutter go? Rotary cutter, where are you at? There you are. There you are. Okay. So we've got it in there. We've got it flatted. We've got it flatted. I'm making these words up, y'all. Making these words up. So now we're going to trim. And like I said, I'm going to trim the front and the back because we're going to make 2 squares. We're going to make 2 squares because why not? Why not? We're going to, you know, that way you're not just wasting the rest of the t-shirt there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim around. Trim this way. Then I'm going to trim. And that went in right there. I was too far down. That one got, I was too far down on my, okay. So that will go to the trash. Okay. So now what we need to do is put that over there. So now we have 2 quilt squares. So, and this is where you're going to actually see why we stabilize it. I'm going to show you here. Pull that out. So we're going to pull that out and then turn this way. So with this t-shirt, you see how flimsy that is? See how flimsy that is? When you're sewing that, it doesn't work out very well. So what you want to do is you're going to have to add a stabilizer to this. So I'm going to show you the stabilizer that we use. Let me get here. So I actually have a bolt of it. It's called Shape Flex. This is called Shape Flex. You can use something called Wonder Under. They have Wonder Under that works really well for this also. The Shape Flex, what it does is it actually stabilizes it, but it has a sticky adhesive on one side that you can that it's an iron on. So when you're and it's just on the one side, that way it just kind of stabilizes it, makes it a little bit stable. Man, I'm waking up words this morning, y'all. I don't know, making up words. But anyways, on the one side, it's like rough. It's rough on that side. So you want to put your wrong side on that rough side and then press it on. So, and you want to be careful when you're pressing it on. You don't want to catch that rough side with your iron because it'll make it all gooey or put stuff on the bottom of your iron. Then you're not having no fun. So let's go ahead and cut 2 of these out. That way we have 2 of these. And then we're going to have some fun. So we are going to, I'm going to trim this out. So this is right here when you wish you're like, I wish you had more space. So we're just going to trim it with the scissors first, and then we'll trim it with the square. Okay. I might be able to get 4 of these out of this. I'm hoping. We're going to see. I think we can. All my scraps from yesterday, y'all. Okay. I'm going to do, we're going to get 4 out of this. So I'm just going to line this up with the square. I'm going to get 4 of these out of here. I'm going to move it down. That way we can reuse some of this fabric. And then I'm going to turn the iron on too. That way we're ready with that iron. More. Okay. Trim this. And I have little grippers on the back side of my ruler. That way it doesn't move. This is where left-handed comes into play. Yay. And I'm going to get rid of that. But I'm going to keep that. I might need that for something, so I'm going to keep that. Okay. Done with that for now. Done with that for now. You there. I think. I'm thinking. I'm going to share. Do we have? We have purple. We're going purple, y'all. We are going purple. I got 2. I got 2. Yeah. 2. There's 2 there. There's 2 there. And no, that one is cut in half. I need the other one. We've used it for something else, I think. I want to make sure that this is the same size. Yeah, we're good. We are good. We are good. Take this up here. Like I said, on this, the one side, I had to run to HL to get 1 yard of it. Oh, yeah. All right, Miss Lisa, thanks for joining. So the back side, like I said, this stuff is your stabilizer. So one side is like rough on one side, and then the other side is smooth. So the one side that you're wanting to do this on, you want to make sure that you're going to put the smooth side down. Put the smooth side down on here. And you're going to line up. Where's the other one? We're going to do this one first. That way you can see. So you're going to line, you're going to put the wrong, so you're going to make sure that this side is up on here. As I throw it down, y'all. As I throw it down. I'm going to take this. I'm going to line her up here. Line her up. And you're going to see, once we get this added, you're going to see how much it stabilizes it. How much it stabilizes it on here. Kind of cool how it works. Kind of cool how it works on here. And you want to be careful you're not ironing that white stuff. You don't want to put the white stuff on your iron. So we're going to stay there. So what we'll do is we'll get it added. It doesn't work very well when it has what we might end up having to do is this. We're going to put this on top because the little, what do you call them, dudes on the front of that is playing havoc with us. We're going to do it this way. If it's just a t-shirt, you don't have to worry about it, but when you have the little guys on the front of it, they kind of melt to the iron. So just add another piece of fabric on top of that, and then you can press it. And then once we get it heated up, we'll take and flip this the other way. We'll take and flip it the other way. Get that off of there. I'm going to push it out there. I'll turn this over this way. You want to make sure you press it pretty good. That way that sticky stuff gets adhered to your piece of fabric there. Because it's not like a permanent, it's not really permanent, so you wouldn't want to use it as fabric. You want to use it with something on the back side of it. That's why we'll add a backing to it, but it'll be okay. Make sure and iron it. Okay. Now that we have it on there, so Yay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all. So I'm going to show you the difference. So we have this one, and you can see how it's pretty sturdy. It's pretty sturdy on there. So we have that one, and then this is the back side. You see the difference here? I'm going to hold both of these up. You see the difference? So this one is really, you know, it's like there. So, and then you have this one that has that stabilizer. Good morning, Nance. Are you using, I am using a dry iron, Jeanette, a dry iron. So this one is a lot more stable. This one's a lot more stable. So let's go ahead and stabilize that other one. And then we're going to have a fun, we're going to make a fun quilt square out of this. We're going to make a fun quilt square out of this because perfect way to do a t-shirt quilt, y'all. Perfect way to do a t-shirt quilt. Because you want to, you know, you have those t-shirts that you're wanting to make a quilt out of, but you're wanting to add some, you know, some bling bling to it. We're going to say bling bling. You know, just adding some associated colors, you know, so a theme, you know, like the one that I just did, they wanted an ocean theme. So I found some cool ocean fabric. So you want to be able to add to that. This is, you know, the easiest way. As y'all know, I like easy quilt squares. So this is a way that you can do that. So let's go ahead and add the stabilizer to the other, your other t-shirt. So we will add the stabilizer to your other t-shirt here. So we're going to come back this way. Come back this way. So we're going to lay this out. And what I did is I cut the front of the t-shirt out and the back of the t-shirt at the same time, y'all. The front and the back at the same time. We're going to lay it out this way. Doesn't really matter, just as long as you get it laid out. So take one more piece of this. And remember, the bumpy side, yeah, exactly, you know. So the bumpy side goes down. The bumpy side goes down. So we're going to lay that down like this. Lay that down. I'm going to press this. And we'll probably trim these again. We'll get them trimmed, make sure that they're all pressed on here. And we're going to do these so we're going to do 2 squares, and you're going to see how this makes, how it works out. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool how it works. Not sure what I'm going to use this for after I get this done, because I don't have enough quilt squares to have fun with it, but we'll do something with it. We will do something with it. Okay, so now we have the other one done, and we just added it to the back. So let's go ahead and trim these up. I think what we're going to do is, all the fuzzies is coming on here. All my fuzzies. All my fuzzies. So I'm going to put him there. Put him there. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take these squares. Hoping. We are going to I think it'll be okay. I think it will be okay. Because what we're going to do is, so I have another 12-inch square here. I'm going to come this way with you guys. We have another 12-inch square, and what I've done is I've sandwiched it on here. So with it being sandwiched on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch all the way around it. This is an easy square, y'all. One of those easy squares. HL has coffee-themed fabric. You can make a quilt square. Oh, nice, Tammy. May have to check that out. I don't know. Road trip, right? That'd be kind of fun. That would be kind of fun. Okay. So like I said, we have our fun quilt square, And then I'm going to take, and I'm going to center this on here right quick. We're going to center this on here. We're going to do the same thing for the other one. And I think what we're doing, we'll come over here because I had the embroidery machine going. But we're gonna swap her out. We're gonna swap her out, and we're gonna do some sewing here. We're gonna swap her out and do some sewing. So we're gonna go back home, sewing, move on over, dude. Move on over. So when I change out, and I always tell you guys, when I change out, I always use my screwdriver. Why did I take that off, knucklehead? I need that on there. So we're gonna put that back on there. Tighten you up. Okay. And you just tighten it with just a little bit with that screwdriver, just a little bit, okay? So now what we're going to do is I am going to take, and we have this quilt square that we just did. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use that thread on there. Doesn't matter. So then we're going to just stitch all the way around. And I'm just going to do a 1/4 inch seam all the way around that square. So let's go ahead and stitch all the way around this. And we're going to do both squares. So we'll get this one done. And I have the needle in the down position when I'm doing this, y'all. So in the down positions, I'm doing a sew along today, making a quilted sewing machine cover on. Can I join you, Tammy? I don't want to go to work. So my work today is auditors. So that is not going to be a fun day. Not going to be a fun day. So, okay. So we're going to stitch all the way around this. And I know you're sitting there thinking, you're closing up this fabric. How is this going to work? It'll work, I promise. And y'all are going to like this. Y'all are going to like this. If you haven't seen this square, this is a fun, easy square, and it's a phenomenal square to use when you're doing those t-shirt quilts. Because you want to have fun, you know, on the t-shirt quilts. You know, you don't want it just t-shirt. You want to add some character to those quilts, you know. So I really like I said, I just finished sewing up one. We're going to actually be quilting on Thursday after I show y'all how to clean a machine. So once we get done cleaning that machine on Thursday, we're going to go to quilting that quilt. So thank y'all for letting me do some quilting on Thursday. I appreciate it. So we're going to stitch this closed, and we're going to grab the other one. We're going to stitch that one closed too. Turn this way. Get this one stitched up. I'm going to grab the other one. We're going to stitch it up too. So let me grab, I got to fix my cutter. For some reason or another, my cutter is not playing nice. Not playing nice. I'm grabbing the other one, lining up the purple fabric on here, y'all. Lining the purple fabric on there. So we're going to do the same thing on this one, and I unthreaded it. I unthreaded it. No, I didn't. I thought I unthreaded it. I didn't unthread. Okay. So we're going to stitch up around this one too. So we're going to stitch up around both of them. We're going to go backwards. We're going to go backwards on this. So we're going to stitch this. Once we get it all stitched, we'll go back over there, and I'm going to show y'all what we're going to do. Like I said, if you haven't made this square, simplest square out there. I love simple squares. I like the simple square. I like simple and fast because, y'all, when I got a lot of quilts to do, this is the square I do. And we'll do this process again. I have another shirt, so we'll do this process twice this morning. That way you can see the whole process again. I'm hoping I have something that's going to draw on this black fabric because we're going to be trimming the black fabric on this one. We're going to be trimming that black fabric on this one. You know, that way we're using the whole shirt. Well, at least a lot of the shirt anyways. At least a lot of it. Stitch up here. Just keep a stitching. Just keep a stitching. Hopefully y'all's week is going good. I hope y'all's week is going good here, y'all. Okay, so we're going to turn this way. Just keep a turning. Just keep a turning. I'm singing to myself this morning, y'all. Singing to myself. Okay. We're going to see if are you actually going to work? Nope. Nope. Figure out why that's not working. Figure out why that is not working. Okay. So we're going to come back over this way. We are going to come back over this way. So what we've done, so this one right here is the one that's got the image on the back side of it. I need to make sure that we keep these in line. So what I need to do on this one is we're going to take and draw lines crisscrossed on here. So let's do this. I'm going to move this because if we mess up the wrong one, I end up trimming the wrong one. It's not going to work out very well. Not going to work out very well. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. And like I said, this is a perfect way to do those t-shirt quilts, y'all. for your grandkids, your kids, you know, your nieces, anybody that's needing one of those t-shirt quilts. A memory quilt. This works great for those memory quilts. Those ones, you know, if somebody's passed away and you need something, a memory something, you know, this works out really well. So I'm going to go corner to corner, y'all. Corner to corner on this. Corner to corner. And I think I'm going to go ahead and trim around too. I'm going to go ahead and trim around. I need, we're going to go with these. I'm going to go with these. I'm going to go that one. I'm going to go corner to corner here. Here's a corner. Here's a corner. I'm going to go corner to corner there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. Hoping this lines up here. Yay, it'll work. It'll work. I'm thinking. I don't know if that works. That probably won't work, but that's okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to go a 1/4 inch from that seam, and I'm going to, that way we can trim this down. That way we don't have a thick, that way we don't have that thick seam when we fold it out. So trim that edge. And I'm just going a 1/4 inch from our stitch line. Just a 1/4 inch from that stitch line, y'all. And then I'm going to show y'all how we're going to make this quilt square. So what we've done is we've sewed two squares together. These are 12-inch squares. So we've sewed two 12-inch squares together. And now I have these lines across here. So I have these lines that go across here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to grab this piece and I'm going to pull it apart. You see how I have one piece of fabric over here and one piece of fabric over here? Because you're only wanting to cut one side of this square. You don't want to cut both sides of those squares. You got to be very careful on this. So when you're pulling it apart, sometimes it's hard to pull those. So what we do is, so we've got it pulled apart, and the one that has the lines on it, the one that has those lines on it, you're going to take and you're going to fold it in half like this, and you're going to take a pair of scissors. You're going to take a pair of scissors and you're going to cut it right there at that center, right there at the center where the lines are crossed. Okay. So then we're going to take and put this in here. So put the end of your scissors in here and you're going to trim it all the way to the edge. You're going to trim it all the way to the edge here, and don't trim your seam, but you're going to go all the way to that edge. So you're going all the way over to the edge there. Okay. And we're going to do this on all four sides. We're going to do this on all four sides here. Get all four sides trimmed up here. And I like to use the bigger scissors because thank you very much. Good morning, Miss Renee. Good morning. So he said we're just trimming all the way down. Trimming all the way down here, y'all. And then the same on that last corner. And I'm going to show y'all what we've created. So I am showing y'all how to do t-shirt quilts. I'm showing you how to do a t-shirt quilt. And this is just an easy way to do these t-shirt quilts. And we're going to do the process one more time. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to do, okay. So let me see which way it's up. So we're going to use me as a, okay. So you guys ready for this? So what we've done is we've taken, good morning, Ronnie. Good morning. So we've taken two 12-inch squares together. But so we did a t-shirt quilt. We added the stabilizer to the back side of a t-shirt quilt. And then we took another piece of coordinating fabric to that t-shirt quilt. Okay. So what we did is, and then we sewed it all the way together. And then we put a crisscross on it. We put a crisscross on it, pulled it apart, and then cut on those lines. Okay. You make sure and cut on the lines that you drew those, cut on the side that you drew those lines on. So then what happens is when you do that, you end up with this fun quilt square. So you've all of a sudden created a quilt square. So you have the t-shirt on the inside, and then you have the fun triangles on the outside. And how easy was that? How easy was that? That was kind of cool, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the other one. But on the other one, we're not going to have the t-shirt on the in the middle side, because the other one's just the black fabric. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and draw lines onto the t-shirt and actually trim the t-shirt out. And we're going to see how that turns out. We're going to see how that one turns out. But y'all, this is fun. This is fun. And a great way to make those t-shirt quilts. A great way to make those I'm loving this design. They are hilarious. Those guys are hilarious. I like fun. I like to laugh, y'all. I like to laugh. Laughing is a lot of fun. So, and y'all, I ended up leaving my YT on yesterday, so apologize for that. Shout out for the person that let me know that I had left it on. So that was not good. Not good. Okay, so we're going to come back over here. We are going to, like I said, when I added that, so we're going to trim around this one. We're going to do the same thing. So we're going to trim around it. And we're not going to be drawing on the purple side. We're going to be drawing on the black side. So that may get interesting. That might get interesting on there. So we're going to trim this. And I'm just doing a 1/4 inch around this. Sometimes you end up doing a lot of trimming on these t-shirts, but it's okay. It's worth it in the end. Worth it in the end, y'all. And I'm hoping, I don't know if I had some chalk. Okay. Put that off there. So now I need to draw lines. So we're going to draw lines on the black. Actually, I'm a knucklehead. I got the stabilizer on there. It's going to work just fine. See? That's what I'm thinking. I'm not a thinking, y'all. So we're going to take and, so corner to corner, y'all. Corner to corner. Take your marker. I use a marker because it doesn't matter. You're cutting that seam anyways. And then you go to your other corner. Corner to corner here. And we're drawing on the t-shirt this time. We are drawing on the t-shirt because this is the back of the t-shirt. So the front of the t-shirt, you don't want to draw on your t-shirt. The back of the t-shirt, you want to draw on your t-shirt because that way you end up, so Carolyn, the stabilizer is a Shape Flex. It's called Shape Flex. Or you could use Wonder Under. Wonder Under works too. So, but I just buy it by the bulk, the Shape Flex, because I do a lot of t-shirt quilts. I do a lot of t-shirts quilt. You're welcome, Carolyn. So what you're going to do is you take your quilt square. So this is the back side, and you see that X that's drawn on there. So what you're going to do, and here's your other side. So you're going to take right in the middle, and you're going to grab, and sometimes this can get interesting, but you're going to grab the two pieces, and you're going to pull it apart. Grab those two pieces and pull it apart like this, okay? And now you need to go to the side that you have those lines drawn on. Go to the side that you have those lines drawn on. So as you can see, the lines here, so you're going to center that up, and you're going to snip right there in the middle. You're going to snip right there in the middle with the scissors. So you're going to go right there like that. Then you're going to just take your scissors, and you're going to go all the way to the corners. You're going to trim all the way to those corners here. And this is the way you're going to have 2 quilt squares from one shirt. 2 quilt squares from one shirt here. Trim here. Trim, trim, trim. And then the other ones here. The other ones here, like I said, this is this is a 12-inch square, but you can use it in 10-inch square, 8-inch square, 5-inch square. Doesn't matter, however big. Because I mean, like say you have a baby quilt that you want to do from onesies, use a 5-inch square. Use a 5-inch square. You could totally do a 5-inch square. Sandwich those coordinating fabrics together with those 5-inch squares. Fold it out. You end up with an 8-inch square or close to an 8-inch square. So you could totally make a quilt out of those little baby onesies or baby clothes. So works out really well. So now we have another coordinating piece of quilt square. So let's go ahead and get this pressed. And we're going to look at what we got here as I drop it. See how? Let's see. Turn that iron back on. Like I said, if you need to make a t-shirt quilt, this is the perfect way to make those t-shirt quilts. Because y'all, check that out. Is that not cool? This is the coolest thing. It makes a really cool square. Makes a really cool square. And you're going to want to trim those corners off. So we'll trim those corners off here in a minute once we get it all pressed. Because we're going to press both of these. We get both of them pressed out. Turn back this way. Turn back this way. Like I said, t-shirt quilts, y'all. How many times have you seen or somebody's asked, they're like, hey, you sew. Can you do a t-shirt quilt for me? And you're like, yeah, sure. You know, and trust me, I've made the mistake. I made a t-shirt quilt before and I didn't stabilize it. It doesn't work out very well and it makes it really, really hard to quilt. That's when it really comes into play, is when you're trying to quilt it. Because when you're trying to quilt it either freehand or in that machine, if you don't have it stabilized, it's going to bunch. It'll sit there and bunch under your foot. Not any fun. Not any fun, y'all. So I'm going to put some dust press. There you are. So we're going to add some dust press on here. And I make sure that fold is that way. I don't open the seams on it. I do not open the seams, so. Okay. How cool is that? Is that not a cool square? I mean, it just looks cool. And you've done it from a t-shirt. You have done this from a t-shirt. So let's go ahead and press the other one. I'm going to get the other one pressed here. And we'll do this process one more time, just in case we have some people that joined in after I started it. We'll do the process one more time. That way you can see it. That way you can see it. I'm grabbing another 12-inch square here. That way we can. That's not a 12-inch square. That one is not. That one is. That one is. That way we could press. We're gonna give it a little love. Give it a little love. I'm putting this other piece of fabric on there is because of the transfer that's sitting on top of this shirt. Because if you don't, you'll end up melting that those transfers to your iron, and that's not no fun. That one is not no fun. Make sure that this one is good. This one is good. We'll add that back on here. This one pressed. Okay. So we now have two squares, y'all. We now have two squares. So how cool is that? How cool is that? And it makes, thank you. And it makes it where, like I said, you have this square and then you have this square. So if you're doing a t-shirt quilt, you need a little bit more to your quilt. You just do it this way. So good morning, y'all. No interfacing in the cotton fabric. Yeah, no, you don't put interfacing in the cotton fabric. You only have interfacing on that t-shirt quilt. And the reason you have it on that t-shirt quilt is because it bunches. And you know, the biggest thing is when you're sitting there starting to quilt it, that's where it comes into play. That is where it comes into play on there. So, but we can do the process one more time. Y'all want to do the process one more time? I can show y'all again because I have another shirt that we can trim up here. Another shirt we can trim up and have some fun with. Let's have some more fun. We'll have some more fun. Okay. All right, Miss Nancy. We can do another one. So, okay. So what we're going to do is I have another shirt. I got out all my big shirts, y'all. All my big shirts. So some of them I wear as like nightgowns or whatever, but we had to have something for this morning. So what we're going to do is, I kind of like this one, is give yourself more love. Everybody needs to give yourself more love. Do you interface corners? I do not, Bev. I do. Have you? Do you? Because I mean, it doesn't really need it, because once you add the batting and the backing in your quilt, it works fine once it's all quilted. So once it's all quilted, it works fine. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use the rotary cutter this time. We're gonna see if we can use that rotary cutter this time. Okay, so I'm thinking we might. Okay, we're gonna lay this out here. Okay, so we're going to turn this way, turn back this way here. So now we're going to, so I've taken this t-shirt quilt, I've put it on my cutting mat. So I'm going to take this square, I'm going to take this square here. I need to pull it up some. I'm sitting on a rotary mat here, y'all. I don't know if it's going to work. If it's not, let's see if I can use the smaller square. I'm going to see if I can use that smaller square, hopefully. It's big enough. Yeah, we're going to do a smaller square this time. They said whatever size square you want to use. They said on your baby clothes, because I know a lot of people want these with baby clothes. So if you want them with those baby clothes, just take, good morning, Sean. Take like a little 4x4, 5x5 square, trim out your clothes, the baby clothes, stabilize those clothes, and then add other fabric to it. Add the other fabric and use this process. It works out really well. Okay, so we're gonna trim this one, and this one is a 10-inch square. So we did a 12-inch square on the last one. We're gonna do a 10-inch square on this one. So I'm cutting both sides here. Okay, so that one's going in there too. Okay, so now we have two 10-inch squares. We want to stabilize these two 10-inch squares. Stay there. So we're going to take these. Oh, I should have. You know what we're going to do is I'm going to grab that. We're just going to cut the 10-inch square that I just did, because I have two pieces. Yeah, I have two pieces there. I'm going to take these two pieces and make them two 10-inch. That works. Okay. So now we're going to take this stabilizer. Yeah, stabilizer. Hello. I'm like interfacing. Yeah, I love that mat, Janet. That is like, if you look at it, I have to see, look. This thing has been used and abused, y'all. I use this thing all the time. So it was definitely a must. definitely a must. And this one is made by Martelli. So, but there's other people that make them too. So I just happened to get that one at a quilt retreat I was at a quilt retreat. So it worked out really well. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do this a little different. That way we're not pressing on top of the lettering there. So we're going to put that one down, and then I'm going to put my interfacing on top of that. And you want to make sure that the bubble side or this rough side goes towards the fabric. Rough side goes towards the fabric, because y'all ain't no fun when you press onto that with the iron. I'll tell you that one. So we're just going to iron this on here. Get this ironed on. And this just stabilizes it. I iron it quite a bit. That way that stabilizer stays stuck to the fabric. Because sometimes if you don't iron it pretty good, it'll come off. And that can be a pain, especially when you start quilting. So you want to make sure it stays on there. So, okay. So here's this one. We have this one on there. Give yourself some more love, y'all. Give yourself some more love. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I wonder if they might make those. The mott. Okay. There's that one. We're going to see what 10-inch squares I have to go with this. And you're going to see what we'll do is we'll measure, we'll do these 10-inch squares, and we're going to see what the size difference is on here. So we'll see what that size difference is on here. Okay. Iron these here. And again, make sure you press it pretty good. That way it stays stuck to your fabric, y'all. Stays stuck to that fabric. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have the backing on there. Did I miss it, Diana? I apologize if I missed something. Shape flex. Yes. Good morning, Marie. So it is actually here, and I'll show y'all. I will show y'all. So it's actually called Shape Flex. Shape Flex. That way you can see. So, and it's a whole bolt. I got a whole bolt of it. So, and I believe I got it off of A. I believe I got the whole bolt on A. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So now I need some 10-inch squares. Hold on. Let's find some 10-inch squares here. 10-inch squares. Do we want gnomes? We want gnomes. We could have fun with gnomes. That one's blue. I'm running out of 10-inch squares, y'all. I'm gonna have to get more 10-inch squares. That one is not a 10-inch square. That one, we could do that one. We're gonna do those. We're gonna do gnomes, guys. We're doing gnomes. Why not? They work. Okay. So what we've done is, let's go here. Go here. So we've taken a 10-inch square. So we trimmed up that t-shirt into 10-inch squares. We added a shape flex. You can use shape flex. You can use Wonder Under. You can see exactly, just you can search for the t-shirt stabilizer. So on A, I bought the iron on A. So actually, if you click in my profile, you'll see exactly I've added where I've gotten everything. So and anybody on TT, if you want to know how to get to my thing, click on the first pinned profile and follow those instructions. You can go to where I'm at. So is Shape Flex SF 101. I use, it's about the same thing. Yes, same thing. Because SF is shape flex, I believe. So, yes. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we are going to take a 10-inch square and we're going to go here and we're going to sandwich these together. And on this one right here, what we're going to do is we'll sew all the way around and we're going to trim this fabric. On the other one, we're going to trim the t-shirt fabric. So again, you have your main t-shirt here and another 10-inch square. We're going to sew all the way around the 10-inch square. Okay. We're going to sew all the way around the other 10-inch square. So let's see exactly what this ends up here being. Line this up. I want to make sure I get as much of those words as possible, y'all. I'm going to okay. I want to go to as close to the edge as possible with that stitch. That way I get as much as the words because we kind of cut close to the words on there. So. And we're going to stitch all the way around, y'all. We're not going to leave an opening. We're going to stitch all the way around. So we're going to trim that one up. So we'll go ahead and do the other one too. Thanks for the follow, y'all. Thanks for the follow. So we've taken that t-shirt quilt with a stabilizer on it, and we've added another square to it, sandwiched that together, and we stitched all the way around it. So let's go ahead and do that on the back, and then I'll show you exactly how it's going to turn out. Is it good to serge instead of sew the seams, or is it best to sew them? Carolyn, you can do either one. Either one. Well, I don't know. I mean, because with this one, you're going to actually fold it open. I mean, once you've got it, I don't know. Either way, I think you would have a thicker seam if you serged it. I think you're going to have a thicker seam. Sorry about that. A thicker seam when you fold that piece of square over. So I personally probably wouldn't serge it when I'm doing this, but you could. I mean, it's either way. I guess it's preference. Everybody has your own preference on there. Yeah, it would make, because when you're stitching, because once you fold that up and you load it in there and you start quilting, you're going to get bumps. You'll get bumps when you get to that serger seam. So I don't know. My preference, I'd say no. I would say no to that one. But like I said, you could try it and see how it works. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sew all the way around this one too. I find with sewing, there's really not a right or a wrong way. It's, personal preference, because I don't sew like everybody else sews. I sew however I feel comfortable sewing and how, I like to sew. My friend Abby, she sews a little differently. Abby, you on here this morning? I haven't seen her this morning. So we're going to stitch all the way around this one. Hot flash. And it's kind of cool doing this because, like I said, you cut both sides of the shirt. So you should cut the front and the back out at the same time on that shirt. And then once you've done that, you added the stabilizer to your t-shirts. And then we're taking and sewing a cotton. I mean, I use cotton, flannel, whatever fabric you want. Just a coordinating fabric that you're wanting to add to it. So whatever you're wanting to add. So it works out really well. So okay, back here. So now what we're going to do, so this one right here, we're actually going to draw a line on the back side of the actual t-shirt. So we're going to draw that line before I forget, because otherwise I'm going to end up trimming the wrong side. We're going to end up trimming the wrong side on here. So I'm going to take my ruler. This one, we're going to cut the t-shirt. This one, we're going to cut the t-shirt. So we're going to go corner to corner, corner to corner, and you take that marker. And I just use a fine tip marker. I just use a fine tip marker because, like I said, you're going to end up cutting that seam anyways, so it's not going to show. I mean, you don't want to do one that's going to bleed. You know, you don't want to actually hold it really long time on there. So this one, we're going to actually trim the actual other piece of fabric. So we're going to go corner to corner on that one. Corner to corner on that one. Because, yeah, you have to be careful on the with the markers, because it will, if you like hold it down there a while, it'll actually bleed out on the fabric. So that fabric will be like, oh, ink. I will, we're going to cut the fabric. So we're going to cut the fabric. So now what we're going to do, yeah, quarter inch seam. So now what we're going to do, so we've drawn a line on here. Okay. We have drawn a line on here. So here's the t-shirt and here is the fabric. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take and grab this right in the middle, and you're going to, and sometimes it's fun. So you're going to actually pull that out. So you're pulling that out. So you have the one piece of fabric on this side, and then you have the one piece of fabric on this side. So you're going to take, and this is the side that you drew those lines on. This is the side that you drew those lines on, because you've stitched all the way around this. You've closed this out. You've closed this one out. So right there where that line, where the line is and it joins, you're going to take and trim that. So you're going to take your scissors and go like this. Just a small enough hole, because it's hard to do, to actually trim it all that way. So then what you're going to do is you're going to put your scissors, and we're going to trim all the way to that corner. You're going to trim all the way to that corner, y'all. So we're going to go all the way over here to this corner. And don't trim your seam. Don't trim where your seam was at. So we're going to go this one here. And if I missed your question, I apologize, y'all. So we're going to go all the way to this corner here. All four corners, y'all. All four corners. And this is, this is the coolest thing on a t-shirt quilt. Like I said, you could do it with your baby clothes. Use like a little 4-inch square on there. So good morning, Pearl. Okay, so we've trimmed all four sides. So now let's look at that. So like I said, we're going to use me as a wall. I'm the quilt wall here. So what we did is we took and we trimmed out 2 10-inch squares from your t-shirt. We took and stabilized the back side of that t-shirt. And then we also went and added another piece of fabric onto the front side of it. And then we stitched all the way around it. Okay. Then we pulled it apart and trimmed open those seams. We trimmed open the seams, but what you ended up doing is you ended up creating a quilt square, y'all. You ended up creating that quilt square. Is that not fun? How about the easiest quilt square out there for those t-shirt quilts, y'all? The easiest quilt square out there. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Let's go ahead and do right. So let's go ahead and do this one. So on your second one from the back of the t-shirt, you want to trim the t-shirt. You're not trimming the fabric on this one. You're going to trim the t-shirt on the back side. So we're going to pull that apart. This can be fun sometimes, like I said. So we're going to pull that apart. Make sure that that other fabric is down here and you're not cutting that other piece of fabric. So we're going to take and fold that again. And here you can actually see the lines. You can see the lines on this one. So you're going to center that line and you're going to just trim right there. You're going to trim right there. Turn my iron back up. So we're going to trim right there. And then we're going to trim all the way to the edge. We're going to trim all the way to the edge on these. And this gives you a coordinating quilt square. That way, because when you're doing those t-shirt quilts, you run out of t-shirt squares. You need more squares to make that quilt the size you want it. So what I found is I use the back side of the t-shirt, because on the back side of the t-shirt, it works out really well. And you end up really cool quilt square also. And you have the coordinating fabric. You have that coordinating fabric that you're using on there. And so it just makes it pop. It just makes it pop, I think. I don't know. So Taylor, I am showing how to do a t-shirt quilt. I am showing how to make those t-shirt quilts. So we're gonna go, there we go. Okay, so on this one, as you can see, so you have this quilt square. So this is the quilt square, and you have your t-shirt out here. So this is the back of the t-shirt. So you have this one with that coordinating fabric, and then you have your main one that was the front of your t-shirt. So this was the front of your t-shirt on there. So your front of your t-shirt, the back of your t-shirt. You see how those coordinate? And see how that would make a cool quilt square. So it would be the coolest thing. So let's go ahead and get these pressed. We'll go ahead and get these pressed, and then we'll look at them and see. We will look at them and see. We're going to turn this way. We're going to turn this way. Here we go. Back that way. What are you using for, so Jenny, the stabilizer that I have, is, it is called, well, it's the SF101. It is the SF101. So, bought that iron through your link. Awesome. Very cool. Thank you very much. So yes, so the SF101 is the Shape Flex. So yes, Diana. If you don't like this, they have something that's called a Wonder Under. Awesome, Marnie. Awesome. So yeah, the Wonder Under works very well too. You just got to have some kind of stabilizer on the back of it, and you want to have the iron-on stabilizer. You want to have something that actually sticks to it. So let's go ahead and get these ironed. So I'm going to add a little bit of best press to that. A little bit of the best press. I like the smell of that. I like the smell of that. That way. And I'm making sure that the folds are folded out on there. So we're going to give it a little press. Give it a little press. Yeah, I love this iron. The iron is like, I have to, y'all. Turn it that way. Kind of liking the gnomes with this. The gnomes are cute. The gnomes are cute. Give it a little press. There we go. There we go. So how cool is that? I like your mouse for your, oh, thanks. I love the trackball mouse. The trackball mouse is, you know, because it helps. It helps if you have like tennis elbow or something. So anyway, okay. So we have that one. So now let's go ahead and press this one. We're going to go ahead and press this one. And so we're going to add a little bit of a best press. And this one has that, the transfer on it. So you're going to use another piece of fabric. On A. I got it on A, Taylor. So we're going to go here. Go here. If you send me a message, I can send you the information on it if you'd like. I can post it on my site for you. I try to put a lot of the stuff I use on there. That way you guys can see. There's that. Turn it this way. Turn it this way. That on the press. And I'm using a piece of fabric on top of this one because it has that transfer on there. So where? Oh, it's over here. Okay. So let's look at the two that we've made. I struggle with downloading patterns from my embroidery machine. Can we get a class on that? Sure, we can do that. We can probably do that. We may have to, we usually say A for, yeah, absolutely. So we could probably do that, Barb. We can probably do that. Okay, so y'all, check it out. And the nice thing is because you have this one with your coordinating fabric, So you see how that, so you would have this one and then you would stitch this one next to it. And then you would just keep going with the t-shirts that you have. You would keep going with those t-shirts and it makes a really cool quilt. And let's look at the other one we did. I used double layer for totes of the SF 100. Great thing to share, Coolest Dad. So he says that he uses double layer for the totes. Awesome idea. So then we made this one here. So like I said, any of the t-shirts, you just, any of your t-shirts you really want to do on there. So let me show you the quilt, because like I said, I have a t-shirt quilt going right now. We're actually going to be quilting tomorrow because I'm going to show y'all how to do a quick clean on your machine. And then y'all agreed to let me do some quilting. So we're going to do some quilting tomorrow. So this is the quilt that I'm actually working on right now. And as you can see, I use this process on here. And look how cool it is. Look how cool those stitch together. They stitch together so cool. And it makes a really cool quilt. You're just going to have to find like a coordinating fabric that goes along with it. Some kind of coordinating fabric that goes along with it. So good morning, y'all. Okay. Right? Isn't it cool? So that is how you do the quilt squares for a t-shirt quilt. That is how you do the quilt squares for a t-shirt quilt. Fun, right? Isn't it cool? So I'm thinking, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to continue. So I have some quilt squares that I'm making. So I have some quilts that I'm making the kids. So let me show you what I'm making on it. Good morning, Miss Abby. I missed you before, so. I'm confused where you got your computer mouse from, because you're not making sense. Y'all, can you tell her what A is, please? Good morning. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all. We're just going to, beans, we're working on this. We're going to be stitching. We're going to have some fun stitching here because I need to get going on these. You're going to help me. So I am making the kids. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Taylor. Yes. I can't say the names, Taylor, because if I say the names, they ding me. So they ding me on the names. So can you see the shadow box? Absolutely. I got 3 shadow boxes done. Like I said, we're done making t-shirt quilts. So if you have questions on those, let me know. So shadow box. I have this one. I have the purple butterfly that I got done. So purple butterfly I got done, is that one's kind of cool. I have I think this one is like a monarch butterfly. And it's cool. And if you look at the stitch in there, it's kind of cool, right? Is that not gorgeous? These are just gorgeous. I'm in love with these shadow boxes. The shadow boxes are fun. I am having fun with the shadow boxes. So, and then this is the first one I made. And I'm fixing to make, I'm fixing to do a bear with this same process. And I'm actually going to do it as soon as I get everything stitched out. I'm thinking we'll do the stitching online. Because here is the bear, because a friend of mine cut out the foam for me. So shout out to Tom. And then I created the bear applique. So what I need to do is I need to stitch out the flowers. And maybe, I don't know, maybe a bee. I don't know. I haven't decided. Little things to go on him to make him 3D, to make him pop. So I'm thinking we'll do that process online. I just got to get some stuff stitched out. So when I'm ready for that, I will let y'all know, and we will do the whole process online. That way y'all can see it. So that way you can see it. Thank you for the follow. Definitely, yes. We'll have a day for these. And we're going to have him. We're going to do him. We're going to do that guy. So anyways. So right now I have 3 quilts. I have 3 more quilts. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. So, but yeah, we will have fun making those 3D. We're going to have fun doing 3D. We are going to have fun with those. So, so I have 3 more quilts that I have to get made. And then we're going to start quilting. And then we're going to start quilting. So, and like I said, thank you. So tomorrow, tomorrow morning on live, we still have another half hour. So we're gonna sew for this half hour. So tomorrow morning, if y'all want to see the process on how to do, it's like a monthly quick clean on your machine. Come join the live tomorrow morning. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on how to do just a basic cleaning on that machine. That way you can see exactly how I do that. So once we do that, we're going to move to quilting. We are going to start quilting. My husband said he'd help me sandwich the quilt tonight. So we're going to get it all sandwiched. We'll get it all. We will, we're probably going to do it on the luminaire. So we'll probably do the cleaning on the luminaire. That way you can see there. So what machine do you have, Dawn? Maintenance is a must. Right, Tammy. Right. I remember cleaning my mom's machine one time and she hadn't done anything with it. And oh my gosh. You opened it up. It's like, holy cow, brother 670. Okay, coolness. So yeah, so tomorrow morning we'll start with that. And then after we get that one done, hey, Fabric King, once we get the cleaning process done, we're going to move to quilting that quilt because my husband said he would help me get it sandwiched tonight. Once we get it all sandwiched tonight, we'll start quilting. We'll start quilting tomorrow. So we're going to have some fun. I have a Singer M3330. So the process is more or less the same. Like I said, this is a quick cleaning. It is not a really intense, one of those cleanings. I would recommend at least once a year taking it to your maintenance, and then because they completely tear it apart, make sure and get all those pieces of threads out of your top and all that other stuff. So I need to do my embroidery machine. Just don't use it a lot. I'm looking for an Invo. Oh, nice. You'll find one. Keep looking on Marketplace. Okay, so the 3 quilts that I have going right now, my granddaughter asked for, and I guess these are anime. So, oh, nice, Nikki. So this is one that I have going. So we're doing pink on this one. So I have that one going. So I'm going to take. So we'll be sewing those squares together. And then I have, let's see. So I have those pink ones. So we have the pink ones. And then we have the dinosaurs. We have Dragon Slayer. Thank you, Tammy. So y'all with kids are going to have to help me out. Because I'm like, I don't know what that is. Somebody send me what that is. So luckily. And then the other granddaughter wanted baby dinosaurs. And these are cute, y'all. These dinosaurs are just the cutest. And it went with this fabric. Kind of cool. My boys are training me. Well, thanks for helping me. I appreciate it. So we have the baby dinosaur ones that we're going to have to do. And then the other one that we're doing is they asked for A for Adley. And I'm like, I don't know what A for Adley is. All I have to say is thanks, ChatGPT. Thanks, ChatGPT, because y'all, I went on there and I'm like, can you create me some cartoons of that, please? So, yeah, Land Before Time dinos. So these are the ones that I did for the A for Adley, and each one is a little different. So it's kind of cool. It works out, y'all. The DTF transfers are a lifesaver. Those are a lifesaver. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do the same process on these. Like I said, I had to do funny. I had to do 6 quilts. I had to do 6 quilts in a hurry. So I have the other 3 all stitched up. So now we're going to take and stitch up these 3, get these all stitched up, and then I'm going to have to quilt my butt off. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same process on these. So we're just going to be stitching. So I got another 30 minutes on here. So y'all don't mind, we're going to stitch some squares together because Christmas is right around the corner. Who's ready for Christmas? Who is ready for Christmas? I am not, because I don't have the kids' quilts done. I don't have the kids' quilts done. I got to get them done. I got to get those done. Are y'all ready? Like I said, same process, doing the same process on these that we did on the t-shirt, because we're just going to sew them together, get them all cut out. Oh, that's fine. And these are just cotton quilts. So these are 12-inch bursts. So this is a bigger one. I may have to add some strips to this. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. But so I always have a rule on my Christmas, any gifts really. Any gift that anybody gets from me is always homemade. So the grandkids always know that they're getting something homemade. So this year, they actually did a request. Hey, Carrie, I got my multi-needle yesterday. Oh my gosh, how exciting is that? Oh my gosh, I am excited. Yay. That's fun. What's the first thing you did? Tell me you've already got it set up. Yes, what'd you get? Tell us what you got, because I don't remember. I think you told me, but I don't remember what you said. That is cool. Thank you for sharing, guys. Thanks for sharing. It's set up but have not turned it on. I'm gonna come visit. We'll turn it on together. We'll turn it on together. That is fun. How exciting is that? How exciting is that? There is days that I am bummed that I got rid of mine. I have to say, because I had a 10 needle baby lock. And I'm like, yeah, I just don't use it enough. But y'all, some days I'm like, yeah, I should have kept that. But oh well. Sometimes, did you get a? What is the mirror for on there? What's the mirror do? Thank you, guys. Thanks, Irie. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining now. It's a model. Oh, got you. Gotcha. Okay. I understand now. So BAI is a brand then? Is that what I'm understanding? Thank you. Oh, thank you for the donuts. Yummy. You inspired me with the cow quilt. I have some, go back down, some Brainiac flannel. I have a brain. Oh, how cool is that? That is very cool. I'm excited, guys. Thank y'all for sharing. Thanks for following. Thank you for the follows, y'all. Thank you for the follows. We are working on, so earlier today we showed the process on how to do a t-shirt quilt, y'all. I showed y'all how to do a t-shirt quilt. And if you want to watch the replay, my replays are over on YT, y'all. My replays are over on YT. I had to trim out like 3 hours yesterday off of YT because I accidentally left it on. So that was bad. I'm like, oh, hey, everybody's just looking at the inside of my camper, my sewing area. You guys got your own conversation going there. Good. I'm glad because I'm like, I don't know. That's fun. That's fun though, because we all are, you know, we have so many different variety of people in here that have all kinds of different machines, which is cool. Because then we can all be like, hey, I got a question for y'all. Can you help me out? Can you help me out on there? So, Miss Abby, what are you working on currently? What are you working on? The Toyota machines is great. You know, I've heard about the Toyota machines. That's kind of cool. That's kind of freestanding lace ornaments. Oh, nice. That is cool. I think I'm going to have create. Creating me a starter and a stopper, guys. I can't believe it's already Christmas. I'm like way behind here, guys. Way behind. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning, guys. Thank y'all for joining. We're working on kids. The vision was just to be. I'm making a quilt for my 91-year-old mom. She has made quilts for everyone. Oh, how sweet is that? That is the coolest thing. So my grandmother has been quilting for years. My grandmother had been quilting for, good morning, Anna, years. And I made her a quilt before she passed away. And I actually have that quilt here that I made for her. So because she always made quilts for everybody. She always made quilts for everybody, which is cool, which is cool. So it's always fun when you make them a quilt because they don't ever expect it. They're never expecting the quilt. It's funny. The first time my grandmother showed me, she did. She just completely loved that quilt. The first time my grandmother ever saw me quilting on a long arm, she's like, "You are cheating." I'm like, "I am not cheating." Good morning, Miss Debbie. Good morning. Good morning. My mother-in-law thought embroidery machines were cheating because she did free motion. Hers were absolutely out, I'm sure. She also led classes in associate. Oh, how cool is that? She loves purple, so it's purple, greens, and ooh, nice. Very cool. Very cool. Y'all, thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. That is awesome. Hubby's whole family was teachers there. Oh, well, how cool is that? How cool is that? Y'all, I would love to just be a sewing teacher. I would love to just be a sewing teacher and teach sewing all the time. Like, you know what? I love to teach. So I think I'm okay with it. I love teaching and I love making people happy. So I don't know. It'd be kind of fun. Goes back to Abby, us in a quilt store. We need to own that quilt store. If we own that quilt store, I could completely just give classes all the time. So it would make it fun. Oh, thanks, Shannon. I appreciate that. I'm telling you, Abby, we need to get our quilt store. Almost bought a quilt store. The one local to me almost closed down. Oh, wow. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I have to say, I appreciate all the new friends we've got. It is such a cool community. I have to say, you know, this online thing, I had never thought about doing this. I had really never thought about doing this. And I have to say, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy my life. I enjoy my mornings with y'all. My mornings with y'all make it so awesome. So it's very cool. I'm glad y'all are always learning something. I'm glad y'all are always learning something. It is cool. It is so cool. So I said tomorrow, you're going to learn the basic, more or less just the basic what you need to do on your sewing machine at least once a month. At least once a month, and it solves a lot of your problems you'll have. Solves a lot of those problems that you'll have. So we'll see how that works. We've got one more. We're going to do one more quilt square, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back over to the other side. We'll go back over to the other side. We'll at least get this one stitched. At least get this one stitched. Open. I may have to add. I think I'm going to have to add some strips to this one. So we'll have to add some strips to make it grow. This one's going to have to grow because I didn't have as many quilt squares on this one. So we'll see how big it is. We'll see how big it is there. These are just easy squares too, y'all. They're easy squares and they look really cool. You have all those quilts that are like intricate squares, which is cool. They're the coolest things. Don't get me wrong, but I can't do those. They're too hard. I'm like, yeah, I don't. Well, I think my biggest problem is I just don't have time to do those. I don't have time to do those. So it's my biggest thing. We're okay. So this side again. Okay. Now we're going to go back over here and draw lines. We're going to go draw lines. Draw lines. Draw lines. Thank you, guys. Thank you. These are cool squares. We had fun. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with them, y'all. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with these. Put those up there. We're going to put those up there. We'll figure something out. We will figure something out. And now I got to figure out, I should have really marked these where I had on that side. Now I'm going to figure out where the transfer is at because I didn't mark where the transfer is at and hope that I don't end up drawing a line on the wrong side. So. Let me put my rotary mat up here. A lot quicker on the rotary mat. Trying to figure out where the transfer's at. I'm a knucklehead and didn't mark where the transfer's at. That's one thing when you do these squares. You want to make sure that you mark where it's supposed to be, which side's supposed to be cut. Because if you don't mark which side's supposed to be cut and you end up cutting the wrong side, well, there's no uncutting it. There is no uncutting it. A lot of times you can just see which side it goes on, but with these, you can't really see where it's supposed to go. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't cut the wrong side, guys. Hopefully. Pulling apart because I don't remember. So this is where it's on that side. I hope I'm feeling it right because I'm like, that feels like a transfer. That feels like a transfer. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Amy, you want to see the squares that we created? I can show you all the squares that we created if you'd like. And if you want to rewatch all right, have a good day, Miss Barb. If you want to watch, rewatch the live today, it's over on YT. It is over on YT. You can see how to create it. So what we've done is here is I've got, these are 12-inch squares. So we've sewed two 12-inch squares together. One size, all right, here, let me show you, Beans. So this morning, this is the t-shirt that we did. So we took this t-shirt. So we cut the front of the t-shirt out and the back of the t-shirt. So you have two coordinating squares. That way it's a two coordinating squares thing on there. So we did that t-shirt. And then we also did this t-shirt. So we had this t-shirt that we did so this is the t-shirt material out here. And then this is the coordinating fabric. And then this was the t-shirt. So like I said, Works great for doing t-shirts. So you just add a stabilizer to that back of the t-shirt. You add another, so these were 12-inch, or these were 10-inch squares. So you sandwich the two 10-inch squares together, and then you sewed those together. And then, as you can see, you have a coordinating, because when you have the t-shirts, sometimes you just don't have enough and you need to add something just to make it pop, just give it a little bit more character on there. So when you do that, you have the two squares together. So works out really well. Like I said, if you want to rewatch the live, you can go over to YT. I have it on there for you, so you can check it out. That way you can check it out on there. So, because they're kind of fun. It's an easy way to do a t-shirt quilt. Easy way to do that t-shirt quilt. So now what I'm doing is I have some kids quilts that I'm working on, so that are supposed to be done for Christmas, and fingers crossed, I may have to pull an all-nighter, but. Well, Miss Amy, I have missed you. I have missed you. How are you? Long time no chat. I tried to tell you hi the other day on Jackie's thing, but I must have missed you. That one. Awesome. Glad to hear. Glad to hear, Miss Amy. We've been having fun doing lots of sewing. Okay, so here is the A for Adley. This is for Jackie's middle daughter. So this is for Peyton. So she had requested A for Adley. So that's what these ones are going to be. That's what these ones are going to be. So we got that one done. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have been busy, Miss Amy. I have definitely been busy. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Like I said, I have 3 of the quilts done for the kids. These are the other 3 that we're working on right now. And I'm hoping that I actually end up trimming the right side. Trimming the right side on here. So yeah, Miss Amy. So Peyton asked for A for Adley. Everly asked for baby dinosaurs. And then Miss Olivia asked for, what, Dragon Slayer? Is that what that was? Anime? Some kind of anime thing. So those are the 3 that I was working on them for them. And then Damon, my other son, Alexis asked for baby cows. So we're doing the baby cows for that one. And then Jaden asked for the Hulk. And then Helsinki asked for, what do you call it? Unicorns. So I got 6 quilts, y'all. I will have all these stitched up, and then I'm going to have to sandwich and start quilting. And I'm going to do an easy quilting on it because I got to get those done, because then I got to get them binded too. How's your family, Miss Amy? It's so nice to see you. I'm excited. I'm excited. You just made my day. You completely made my day, Miss Amy. So these are cool. So I've implemented, like I said, I've implemented the transfers into my quilting on some of my quilts. Awesome. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. So, and it makes it kind of cool. You just add, it just adds some more character to it. You just have to remember to let the people know that get the quilts that they need to wash it in cool water. They don't want to wash it in hot water, because then you end up with the transfers coming off. So you don't want the transfers coming off. So we've drawn lines on one side of this, and then you're kind of pulling it apart, and then you're trimming these squares here. Trimming the squares here. Easy way to make quilt square. Easy way to make quilt square. Instead of sewing all these triangles onto each side, it eliminates, like you do 4 steps in 1 step instead. So kind of. Kind of anyways. I'm doing good so far. I haven't cut the transfer yet, so we're okay on there. We are okay. Got one more side on this one. So tomorrow, just as a reminder, on tomorrow, we will be doing the cleaning the machine. You'll learn how to clean that machine. So we'll be doing that one. And then once we get done going over cleaning the machine, we're going to do, we're going to work on quilting. I got to get a quilt quilted because I have a quilt that's on order that I got to get quilted. And if I could possibly get it done by Friday, that would be awesome. And then I have 6 kids quilts that need quilted. So y'all, lots of them. So thanks for joining, y'all. Thanks for joining. So we're gonna trim that one. Trim that one. We've got 3 more squares here. And the nice thing is these are big. So they're 12-inch squares, 12-inch squares on there. And with the 12-inch squares, when you add the other ones, bears. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I'm going to get bears made, Cynthia. I don't know. We're going to see. I'm hoping. This weekend, I won't be home this weekend, so I may be taking some stuff with me this weekend. I got my transfers from Awesome! How do you like them? How do you like them? It's a phenomenal company, I swear. Phenomenal company. Very cool. Very cool. This is cool. This is going to be a cool quilt. Mine are supposed to come. Oh, yours are supposed to come today. Awesome. Right? And y'all, they work out really well. Just make sure when you press them and you pull that other one off, put another piece of fabric on top and press them again. That way you give it that second press. That way it sets it into the fabric. Sets it into the fabric. So I love mine. I have had so much fun with those transfers, y'all. So much fun with the transfers. They're a lot of fun. And good price. Were they not good price? Right? They are awesome. They are awesome, y'all. Okay. You have to let me know what yours are, Miss Irie. That is cool. I'm excited for you. They make the cutest mug rugs. They make the really cutest mug rugs, y'all. Okay, we got a couple more minutes. We're going to probably get these all trimmed. We'll look at the quilt squares. And we'll have to call it a day, y'all. Anybody needing a quick quilt? This is the easiest way to do a quick quilt. So 2 squares together, draw lines on them. Just draw an X on them. Once you've drawn that X on them, oh, I got one more side here. One more side. They sent you some free ones too. Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. They usually send me some of the cup wrap ones. They usually send me some of the cup wrap. Very cool. These are cute. These are cute. So these are all small ones on there. I got one more to do. One more to do. And how quick was this? How quick was this, y'all? They sewed together so quickly. So quickly. Ha. So ha. Like, oh, I'm rhyming here. I'm rhyming. Okay, we're going to trim this one up, and then we will look at the ones that we've got sewed. Thank y'all for joining. Thanks for hanging out today. We had fun making, going through the process on how to do a t-shirt quilt. So if you want to know how to do a t-shirt quilt, go hit my YT and you can watch the replay on that and you can see exactly how to make those t-shirt quilts, y'all. Tomorrow we will be going through the first of the live. We will be going through on how to do that monthly cleaning of your machine. That monthly cleaning. All right, Miss Cynthia, you drive safe, please. So we'll be going through the process on how to do that monthly cleaning of your machine. Just, you know, the basic, you know, we're not going intense on that machine cleaning tomorrow. So yes, you'll have to try it. You're going to have to try it. So, okay. So now we have, let's see, we're going backwards. So we've got these squares done. So let's look at these. Let's look at these guys. So we have one. We've done quite a few squares today. We've done quite a few squares today. Two. This is going to be a cute quilt. This is just going to be a cute quilt. I gotta add some other stuff to the outside. Good morning. Good morning. I am good. How are you? Thank you for joining. Thanks for joining. So these are the quilt squares. Okay, can you tell me if you see my questions? I think they're being Miss Amy, let me go. I don't think I've seen a question from you, Miss Amy. What are you asking? I do not see a question from you, Miss Amy. If you need to, you can send me a message. Send me a direct message and I'll answer your question for you. Send me a direct message. Isn't it cool? These are the coolest things. These are cool. Very cool. So what I'll do is I'll get these all sewed together. So we'll have, so this quilt will be one quilt. So we'll have that quilt. Let's look at those t-shirts again. We'll look at those t-shirts right quick. And then, yeah, so that's going to be a quilt. So I have two more that I got to get sewed together also. The t-shirts that we did today. So I showed y'all the process on how to do a t-shirt quilt. This is a t-shirt quilt that you can do. So you take and do one, and then your back square off your t-shirt, you take and put those on the outside. So there is that one. And then we also did this one. So this was the middle of it. So this is the middle of a t-shirt also. And then awesome, over 25K likes. Y'all are awesome this morning. Y'all are completely awesome. So so you have the t-shirt here. And then the nice thing is you use the back side of your t-shirt to get you another coordinating square. So you just take all those t-shirts and you use a coordinating fabric, and then you come up with the coolest quilt. How cool is that? It is a really cool quilt. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Alrighty, guys. So tomorrow again, tomorrow, 4:30 a.m., y'all. Join tomorrow at 4:30. We will start and go over the process on how to do that monthly cleaning on your machine. Just a quick cleaning. We're not going really intense or anything into the machine cleaning. Then once we do that, we're going to sandwich, my husband's going to help me sandwich that quilt tonight. And then we're going to load it into the embroidery machine. We're going to start quilting. I got to get that quilt quilted because I got 6 little quilts that I got to get quilted for the kids. So, thank y'all for letting me quilt tomorrow. I appreciate that. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun, y'all. So, again, if you're not following me, give me a follow. I'm on Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning. We are always quilting or sewing or doing some kind of craft, y'all. So if you want to hang out with us, come hang out 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning, Arizona time. It's currently Mountain Standard Time. It's so awesome to see you too, Miss Amy. I have missed you. I have missed you. So, but please, give me a follow. Follow me over on YT if you want to know how to get to my YT or my page. Click my first pinned profile and follow the directions. It'll let you get over to my other stuff. TT has made it where you cannot put LINKs in there anymore. So it's the only way I know how to. Thanks to Miss Jackie. I learned to do that one from Miss Jackie the other day. So thank you, Jackie. Anyways, y'all have a wonderful day. I will see y'all tomorrow morning and we'll be having some fun, y'all. So love y'all and have a great Wednesday. Have a great Wednesday, y'all. And again, great seeing you, Miss Amy. Great seeing you, Miss Amy.